In part 2 of this video, I'll show you how to evaluate algebraic terms containing fractional exponents without a calculator. The question asks, write the following in radical form and then evaluate. So what we have here for part A is the base of 81 to the power of 2 to the power of a quarter to the power of negative half. According to the power of a power rule in the laws of exponents, if you have a power to a power, you will multiply those two powers together. So what I'll do is multiply the 2, the quarter, and the half. 2 times a quarter times a negative half gives me 2 times 1, which is negative 2. Don't forget that negative 1, over, and this 2 can be represented with a 1 underneath. So 1 times 4 times 2 is 8, and that gives me negative a quarter. So our expression becomes 81 to the power of negative a quarter. When you have an exponent that is negative, the way you get rid of that negative exponent is by taking the base and making it over 1. So we have 1 over 81 to the power of a quarter. Notice how this negative 1 over 4 became positive 1 over 4, but the 81 went underneath as a denominator. The next step is to look at this 81 and ask yourself, what can you break that 81 down to so that it has a power? Well, we can break it down into 9 to the power of 2, and then leaving this quarter as its exponent. What we can do next is multiply these two exponents, and that gives us 1 over 9 to the power of half, because 2 times 1 is 2, divided by 4 is half. Now that we've established that, we have 9 to the power of half, which is the same thing as saying 1 over the square root of 9. The square root of 9 is 3, so our final answer is a third. We did all of that without the usage of a calculator. Let's move on to question B. This time our base is 8 to the power of negative 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 1 over 9. Negative 2 times 3 times 1 over 9 gives me a new power of negative 6 over 9, which is equal to negative 2 over 3. Now I will take this and use it as my power to the base of 8. And I'm going to flip this 8 so that it becomes 1 over 8 to the power of positive 2 over 3. I can break this 8 down to 2 to the power of 3, because 2 to the power of 3 is the same thing as 8. So what I have is 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 over 3. 3 times 2 over 3, the 3's cancel, and you're left with 1 over 4, because 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Lastly, we have, in part C, negative 32 over 243 as our base to the power of negative 2 over 5. What I'll do here is use the relationship x over y to the power of negative z becomes y over x to the power of positive z. So this is our y, it goes upwards. This is our x, and it goes down, and our z changes its sign. So we have 243 over negative 32 to the power of positive 2 over 5. The next thing that I can do here is break these two numbers down into bases with powers. Negative 32 can become negative 2 to the power of 5, and 243, this one you might not be aware of, but 3 to the power of 5 is 243. So 3 to the power of 5, all power to 2 over 5. We have a quotient here and an exponent. This gets distributed to the top and to the bottom. If I distribute this to the top, I end up with 3 to the power of 2. And if I distribute this to the bottom, I end up with negative 2 to the power of 2. And at the top, we end up with 9. And at the bottom, we end up with positive 4. There should be brackets around here, which I did not include originally. And that's why it's positive 4 as opposed to being negative 4. And so there you have it. That is how to evaluate algebraic terms containing fractional exponents without the usage of a calculator. If you found this tutorial helpful, please support our channel by subscribing or by liking this video. If you have any further questions, visit our website at studyforce.com. We're an online service for students seeking free homework help. See you soon.